Valedictorian is a student who is an excellent representative of the school community. He is confident, outgoing, and always happy to congratulate others for their achievements. He's a dedicated student who is always willing to lend a hand to support a positive school culture. He's a true pleasure to have in our school. The students' votes for this individual demonstrates their respect for the valedictorian to speak on their behalf, on behalf of the entire graduating class. At this time, I would like to invite Nick Rankin.
Yeah, Nico! Where to be?
Oh my God, I didn't expect that. Oh yay, flowers! The flowers. I get flowers!
All right, just bear with me, this is a bit long. Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the guy or girl who will decide where you go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fellow classmates and teachers. You may be wondering, who the heck is this guy standing up here in the camouflage? Or can you even see me?
What did he say? Can't even see me?
Well, my name is Nick Rankin. Some of you may know me as Horton the Elephant from last year's musical. But tonight, you will know me as the grade 8 valedictorian of the 2013 class for Stirling Senior Public School, and the last graduating class. To be honest with you, grade 8 was a challenging and scary thought coming into the year. Especially having Mr. Wolf as a teacher. A big, scary man. Like, geez, don't get him mad. I'm just joking. Mr. Wolf was a loving teacher. I was lucky to get him. And by my understanding, so was 8MS with Miss Seaver and Mrs. Manderville, and 8M with Mrs. Madden. Yeah. You teachers did a great job this year, and I'm thankful. And I know that all the other students are thankful as well. Most of us have been together since the day we met in kindergarten, when all we cared about was to stay away from girls because they had cooties, or vice versa. This is back in the primary school, where we spent both kindergartens and grade 1. I don't know if all of you remember way back then, and quite frankly, I only remember a little. But one thing I do remember is I wasn't like that at all. In fact, one of my best friends was a girl, and we have known each other right up until today. It was a great start to school. Then came the junior school, and can I tell you, that was a riot, because now we're introduced to different sports and clubs. I was in heaven with sports, and I have great memories of soccer, volleyball, and track and field, even though I got demolished in every event. The teachers were great with support, and at the junior school, and all of us had a fun time there to prepare us for the big senior school. And what does that leave? The big, scary senior school. But it's not so scary anymore, is it? The teachers in grade 6 were helpful to all of us, getting us started on the road to success in the senior school. And believe me, everyone is given the chance to succeed, especially if you have Miss Madden. She doesn't make you do push-ups, she makes you push the earth down. And believe me, that's no slice of heaven. Am I right, you cheeky monkeys and bossy girls? I loved coming to this school. There was a lot of opportunity with musicals, leadership camp, sports, and more to help each and every one of us grow and experience different things. Musicals was a lot of fun because most of the kids involved in it weren't shy of the camera and enjoyed being on stage. We had the Twinderella musical in grade 6 and Seussical musical in grade 7, directed by the talented Miss Mercer, Mrs. Cooney, and Miss Vandersel. Heck, I never knew Leah was such a great singer, or Julia was a perfect Grinch. But all in all, it was a fun experience for all of us involved. Then there was leadership camp. It was an exciting time to show off what you could do for your school. I don't think I had the best reputation though, Because when we went in the pool one day, I got out and I was freezing. So I walked over and unfolded my towel. But in this case, it was a face cloth. As soon as that happened, Mrs. Madden had the biggest smirk on her face and said, "I don't know you, you're not from Stirling." And all I could think was, "Great move, Rankin, you're sharp as a basketball." And I could also see Liam Madden slowly backing away from me, because I'm the smart kid that packed the face cloth instead of a towel. Then along came grade 8. By now, we had made more friends, learned a lot more, and we're now the old kids in the school. I remember the day Kyle Nichols moved to Stirling and took his seat right next to me. He was a quiet guy until 1 week passed. And he became great friends with everyone very quickly, and one of my best friends. You're off to great places, buddy. I also remember ballroom dancing, and you had to pick a partner from a different gender. And there's only 2, so what are the chances that you're going to be with a boy or a girl? I would say 99%. Not certain, Mr. Wolf, anything's possible. Anyways, I was partnered up with Olivia Argyle, and we were amazing together. Ain't nothing stopping us. Except maybe you, Curtis, my man, you got the moves. There have been so many memories this year that are positive. Like when Mr. Wolf's smiling, when he gets mad. Because he's the type of guy that says every day's a new day. Even when I give him a hard time, because there's not a right angle sign in the corner of a triangle in the Pythagoras theory.
Got it.
I tell him I can't calculate it because it's not a right angle. Then he smiles and mutters some "I'm hoping" kind words. I call this the Nicodemus theory. But I can't take all the credit. Daniel and I switched from time to time and told him we can't do our work because it's not 90 degrees. And then there's Madame Seaver. I never had the pleasure of having her as a teacher, but I hear she's a lot of fun, and I enjoy talking to her outside of class. I was also told she was getting a little candy called Toxic Waste this year, and they're pretty sour. You got guts. Then there's Miss Vanderbilt. I was told how much you're a great influence on students. Thank you, and I'm sure students from your class will be well known someday. Mrs. Madden. I've known you for quite some time. I remember the days I could call you Vicky. That all changed when we all hit grade 6. Calling you Mrs. Madden and getting push-ups. I remember my first push-ups. It was a beginning milestone for the senior school. And I think we can all agree that we felt like we were at boot camp and scared. You got 20. Okay, Miss Madden, it won't happen again. Can you forgive me? I'm so sorry. All in all, Mrs. Madden has been a great influence on all of us students, even if it's getting muscle tone from doing push-ups. I also want to mention Madame Press for teaching Mr. Wolf's students French class. She never gave up on us, even when times were rough, and trust me, there was a few of those. She was patient and persistent with all of us. All she ever wanted was for us to try. But she couldn't be here tonight. But thank you, Madame Press. I am sure the grade 8s also want to thank Mrs. Mercer for teaching us music and teaching me specifically, a person's a person, no matter how small. Thank you as well to the SSPS staff, being Mr. Kelberry, Mr. Clark, Mrs. Cooney, Mr. Demchena, Mr. Denny, Mrs. Heron, Mrs. McDonald, Mrs. O'Shea, Mr. Shire, Mrs. Ward, Mr. Young, our custodian, for always cleaning up after us, and of course to our principal, Mrs. Closter. Thank you to all the sport team coaches for volunteering your time with us. Thank you for organizing clubs and events like the Quebec trip. I hear it was très bien. All of you are appreciated in many ways and have guided us successfully through graduating grade 8 and helped us gain confidence to enter the new world of high school. Thank you to the parents for helping us with homework, projects, and studying, because being a parent is not easy. Especially having a kid like me. I ain't no angel. Every single person graduating is off to great places, wherever that is. And each one of us will remember certain memories, but everyone in this graduating class will be remembered. For example, Carissa thinks you should have a life jacket under your bed in case of tsunamis. Or Hayden. He may be small, but he can run like Forrest Gump. Run, Forrest, run! There will be different paths as we travel along. Our destined path will encounter many roadblocks, turns, bumps, stumbles, falls, and outright train wrecks. But please don't take the highway. Take your own back road. And no, don't forget to roll your windows down and cruise while you're doing that. Rest assured, the lessons we have learned, the memories we have shared together, will help us guide down the path of the life that we are destined for. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. So be your name Leah, or Julia, or Emma, or Sam. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way. And thank you to everyone coming out tonight, and congratulations to this year graduating grade 8 class of 2013 for Stirling Senior Public School.
He's great at speeches.
He loves
I
it.
can see why the class voted for him. Great job, Nick.
How long did it take him to compose that? Not long.
Before I share any closing remarks,